Hello students. So in the previous session, we saw implementation of AND gate using Macaulay-Pitts neuron model where for two inputs x1 and x2, when the output is equal to 1, then only the neuron fires. So when the inputs are 2 x1 and x2, the output is 1, and that is why for two inputs the value of theta is 2. So when we consider three inputs x1, x2 and x3, then in that case the value of theta for AND gate is going to be 3. So in today's session, we are going to see the implementation of OR gate using Macaulay-Pitts model. So as you all can see over here, we have got two inputs, x1 and x2, and our output is y. For OR gate, as you can see, we have got four instances because we consider two inputs, 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, and when either of the inputs is 1, the output is 1. So that indicates when either of the inputs is 1, the output is 1, which means the neuron fires when one of the inputs is 1. When both the inputs are 0, the output is 0, which indicates that the neuron doesn't fire. So here, when one of the inputs is 1, the neuron fires. So from this table, we can infer that the value of theta, which is the threshold, is going to be equal to 1 for OR gate, as one of the inputs will be 1, the neuron fires. Now let us consider the inhibitory and excitatory weights. And excitatory. So we consider case 1 where both the weights are excitatory. W1 is 1 and W2 is 1. So when we consider both the weights to be excitatory, we get the result as 0, 1, 1 and 2. When we consider case 2 where one of the weights is inhibitory and the other weights is excitatory, then in that case the output that we obtain is 0, 1, -1 and 0. Case 3 when W1 is excitatory and W2 is inhibitory, then in that case the output that is obtained is 0, -1, 1 and 0. Case 4 when both the weights W1 and W2 are inhibitory, the output that we obtain is 0, -1, -1 and -2. Now, we basically need to check the last three records. That is when the input is 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Okay. So all these three values which are there, they should be greater than the input 0. In that case, the neuron will fire. So if you check the first case over here, see all the three outputs obtained, they are greater than the first output. So this particular condition gets satisfied. Whereas in this case, these three are not satisfying the condition because -1 is less. In the third case, because of this -1, the condition doesn't get satisfied. And in this case, all the three are not getting satisfied as this is the greatest. So we can conclude from here that when both the weights are excitatory, this is the condition when a neuron fires in case of an OR gate. So mathematically, we will be writing it as y, which is the output, is equal to f y of n. Y of n is the activation function. A neuron will not fire when y of n is less than theta. So what is theta in this case? It is 1. Whereas a neuron will fire when y of n is greater than equal to theta, which is 1 in this case. So for OR gate, the value of theta, which is the threshold, is 1. Now, if we want to represent this in the form of an MP model, McCollopitt's model, then we have got two inputs, x1 and x2. These are the two inputs, and we have got y, which is the output, and our w1 is going to be equal to 1, and our w2 is also going to be equal to 1. So this is how we can represent our OR gate in the form of an MP model where the value of theta or threshold is 1. Thank you, students.